Hi, this is Kelly Mueller of The Wooden Bear, and this is just a quick tutorial to show you how to use the disc that comes with the Anchors Away book. And first of all, when you put the disc into your computer, a window should pop up that looks similar to this on your PC. And if it doesn't pop up automatically, you should be able to find, this is called File or Windows Explorer, and if you click on that, this window comes up. You can see it shows DVD and a little DVD icon. Double click on that and these files will show up on the right here. And as you can see, it says files currently on the disk is 17. So we have all these folders here, and these correspond to projects that are in the book. And in the book, when you pick a project to do, it will tell you which folder on the disk to come to find the file or the graphic that you're looking for. So for instance, if you're doing a project that involves a 5-inch square, you'll come to this file folder, and if you double click, you'll see all the files that are in that folder. And you should also get a quick preview here. So for instance, if you click on the graphic swatch sheet, you'll get a preview of this. And you do that by clicking on View, Preview pane. If Details pane is selected, you'll see something like this. So just do View, Preview pane. And in each folder on this disk there is a file called O1 Graphic Swatch Sheet, and those look like this. It's just a quick way for you to see what files are available for you to choose from. And you can also print this page out if you wish. This one, for instance, is the 5-inch squares, and you can see there are 31 graphics to choose from. And the file name for each is underneath. So for instance, this one is called Anchor Red. So if you were to click on Anchor Red over here, you should get a preview of that one. For the 5-inch squares, there are 2 per page, and you can see there's just a little bit of space in between. Because what you'll be doing is printing these out onto either a printable fabric sheet or a printable heat transfer sheet. And for instance, if you print onto a printable fabric sheet, you'll be trimming exactly on the edge of each block to measure 5 inches. And then you'll be sewing that block into your project. And so to get to this file, if this is the one you choose, you just double click and another window pops up. This is Adobe Acrobat, and if you don't have this installed on your computer already, a lot of times it's standard on computers, but if not, you can actually go to www.adobe.com and you can get a free download for this program. And it's simply a program that allows you to view files, and you can also print, obviously. So if you were ready to print this, you would do File, Print, and then you'll get a box like this that comes up, and you're going to select the printer that you're using. This is the one that I'm using, the HP PhotoSmart 7510. One thing that you'll probably want to select is actual size. Sometimes it'll do fit or shrink to fit a page, and you don't want it doing that because it's going to resize the actual graphic, and you want it to be actual size so that you get a nice 5-inch block for your project. So we'll do actual size. You can also work on, and I show this in the book, but you can change properties. You can kind of play around with them to best suit your printer and the type of material that you're printing onto. You can play around with plain paper. For me, I'm printing on an HP, and this presentation paper mat is kind of like a cardstock paper, and a lot of times I'll print using that option. And so if you're not doing a custom quality settings there. You have best, normal, and draft to choose from. You can try clicking on best. It might give you a really good quality printout. If it kind of has too much ink on your project, then I would try normal. And what you can do is maybe just print on actual plain paper before you start printing onto any special materials, just to see what your printer is going to do, and maybe try out the different options to see how they differ. So you might try best. I'd click OK, and then you'll just say print. And what you'll want to do is just follow the directions that your manufacturer gives to you for your product, and then just send it to print. So I'm going to cancel out of this, and I'm going to close this up so we can go back to our files here. As I said, there's a graphic swatch sheet and instructions in each file. The instructions look like this, and they just give you some helpful tips for that particular size that you're working with, and some printing tips for what materials you might be printing to, for instance the printable fabric sheets or the printable heat transfer. And I also show you just a couple of the projects that the 5-inch squares are used on. This one is ironed onto a baby onesie, so you would print to the printable heat transfer material for that. The door pillows, these use the printable fabric sheets, and so do the vinyl pouches. So just be sure when you're printing to follow the manufacturer's instructions. And one thing I also provide is mirrored images, and these are for if you're printing to some heat transfer materials, they will actually need the image in reverse so that when you iron it to the project, it's the correct way. The product that I used for all of my projects in the book, I used the Silhouette brand heat transfer material for dark fabrics, and in that instance I used the graphics that were the correct way right here. But if you use, for instance, Silhouette's light version for light materials, you'll need the graphic reversed, and so just to make it easy I just provided all those. So just again, be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions. As you can see, I'm getting back to, if you want to go backwards, you can either use the back button here. You can also, to get back to the very beginning of your DVD, just click up here on the DVD, and you'll get back to all those folders.